for a ceasefire so that massive aid can get in.
Well, for a more analysis on this story, I'm joined by BBC Arabic's Mohamed. Taha, Mohamed, thank you for joining us once again on the programme. What's the latest you're hearing from Gaza on the civilian impact of this rescue mission?
The civilian impact is huge, as we know that from the Israeli version that there are about 100 civilians died in this operation. The Palestinian version that it is 240 people died in this operation. The central of Al-Nusayrat refugee camp is completely shattered, completely devastated because of the amount of shelling that was securing the operation. And the operation is really a sign that only a deal between the parties could secure the release of the other 120 other hostages. If you can imagine that this operation would repeat tens of times to release all hostages, that means a massive amount of loss of civilians.
And overnight, Mohamed, we saw anti-government demonstrations in Tel Aviv. Just talk us through what the protesters in Israel want.
This is very interesting that on the day that witnessed the biggest Israeli achievement in this war, which is releasing 4 hostages alive, we see a massive demonstration in Tel Aviv requesting a hostage deal to secure a deal with Hamas that guarantee that all hostages come back to Israel and stop the war. And they are requesting the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to resign. So at the same day which he's achieved the biggest achievement in the war, people still think that there is a massive amount of failure behind this government, and only a hostage deal and the ceasefire and ending the war would guarantee that the hostages come back to Israel.
And also pressure on Hamas itself within Gaza, but also internationally, for them to agree to the ceasefire deal that's currently on the table.
Of course, Hamas should agree on the deal, because this is the only way to end this war. And as we saw, Rushdie is saying that people are not happy that these hostages were in a crowded market around civilians, and that might contribute to that amount of deaths as well. So yes, there is a amount of pressure on Hamas in that regard, but Hamas want to guarantee that this fire want to be sustainable. So they want from the beginning guarantees that there will be a permanent ceasefire, there will be a full withdrawal from of the Israeli forces from Gaza. That's why these two positions are making these negotiations a bit difficult. Anthony Blinken is coming to the region tomorrow, trying to give a push for this deal, for this hostage deal, and all the eyes of the people, the civilians, the children, the people who are really suffering in Gaza from this war, on these negotiations, on these efforts to make this war end.
And is there other prospects that the success from the Israeli perspective of this rescue mission does give the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu some more leeway, some more breathing space when we look at that internal pressure within Israel at the moment? Indeed,
that release came in a very delicate moment. We were expecting, as I was talking with you yesterday, we were expecting that Benny Gantz, the minister in the war cabinet, he was about to announce his resignation last evening. He didn't hold his press conference. He didn't resign, and he delayed all of this because of this news. Benjamin Netanyahu now says, we will get the hostages back the same way or with other ways. He is in a momentum point, and I think the government would be a little bit behind him at this moment in this war.
Mohamed, as ever, thank you for your analysis.
Thank you.